Hang on, travelers.
Warp drive active.
Welcome to Brown Coat Chronicles. My name is Serenity. Captain Reynolds will be ready in a moment.
Captain Reynolds here. Welcome back to another episode of Brown Coat Chronicles. If you listen to the first episode, thanks so much, I appreciate it. And if you come back for the second one, well, I'm going to answer that age-old question that it seems to be every Capsuleer in New Eden has to tussle with every now and then, which is what to do. So if you listen to the previous episode, you'll know that that's something that I've asked myself a few times in my time in New Eden so far. And this time I think I've come up with a challenge that might be something that, one, I've never done before, and two, might really keep me interested for quite a while in order to get it done, because it's not going to be something that's going to be achievable easily or in a rapid amount of time, I don't think. So what I've decided to do and what I have created is a challenge that I kind of stole the idea from the Corvette to Cinnable Bootstrap challenge that Tarbanouche Interplanetary, sorry I butchered that, was talking about on a Declarations of War podcast that I'd listened to. And he's talking about how he was going through taking, a zero character who had nothing, didn't even run the starter missions, the first agents that you can do in order to build up some ISK and get a few ships, didn't even do career missions, just started off doing the challenge. And I didn't really have a desire to build a Cinnable and join into faction warfare like that, but I thought that the concept of doing a bootstrap challenge would be interesting to do under Mal. So I sent a message out to one of the guys I used to fly with all the time, Mark Aderon. And come to find out, he had been wondering what had happened to me too over the years, because we just lost touch. And so it was really great to reconnect with him. Stav Blessed was another one that I used to fly with who remembered me as well. And him and Mark have been doing some stuff in game for a while now. And so it was really good to catch up with them. And so I was talking with Mark Aderon and kind of discussing what it is that I mostly wanted to do in game. And I was trying out a lot of different PvE activities and seeing which ones I liked the best. I ended up doing mostly abyssal sites and trying different fits, doing some missions for SOE, ARC, cosmic anomalies, hunting for hideaways and refuges, so that way I could get those DED 310 or 410 escalations. And I come to find out I really like doing the missions in the DED sites. I was quite surprised by that, because my career before in New Eden was very much PvP oriented and always in some form or another looking for a fight. So after a few nights of talking in game with Mark and Stabless, I remembered that I had this really gorgeous skin for the Hyperion. That's kind of what I refer to as like a Serenity looking skin. And so the skin alone made me decide that I would work L3 missions in my Ishtar that I had left over until I could buy a proper L4 fit, and then I could use the skin. But over the past, few days of reading up on L4 missions, I found out that hybrid weapons, even though they will get the job done, they're not the most efficient or effective way to run L4s. So that got me thinking about other options. So reviewing the PvE activities that I enjoyed doing, I realized that essentially I like the career path of an enforcer. So with that in mind, and my love for drone-centric ships, Mal has always been a drone-specific pilot. I love that, because then I don't have to worry about ammo. As long as you manage your drones properly, you don't really have to worry about ammo So you can get just the money you earn from whatever you're doing, that just, you get to keep it, and it's great. And since Mal has always been an ISK poor Capsuleer, I figured that I would do a challenge focusing on drone-centric ships. And so the quote-unquote challenge I came up with is Enforcer Drone Commander Challenge. So if you go out to the 57th Overlanders Brigade.wordpress.com, which is the blog, I'll be sure to link it in the episode description. You can see where I post about what the challenge is and the objective. And the objective is, simply put, I'm going to accumulate 1 billion ISK from Enforcer classified activities like bounty hunting, abyssal dead space, mission running, pirate faction missions when I get there, burner missions if I get there, maybe even some incursions, but I don't know. And so the rules are simple. I can only use drone ships like Tristan, Vexor, Myrmidon, Ishtar for all activities. No guns, lasers, or missiles allowed. All ISK must be earned through Enforcer classified activities. Selling loot and salvage is allowed. External funding or market trading is not allowed. So I can sell stuff on the market, like I can sell the loot and the salvage, but I'm not going to do like market trading activities like what a lot of people do. They'll go out there and buy low, sell high, and make a really, really good income doing that. I'm just not an econ guy, so I'm just going to eliminate that because, one, I'm not good at it, and two, I want to earn the ISK through these PvE activities. And then, of course, the third is just rounding them out, saying no outside assistance from other players, characters, or anything else for ISKs or resources like ships or fittings, or if I decide to build modules that I may need. All progress has to be self-earned. So I could still build modules, though, because I hear you saying, oh, you got to mine. No, I can just reprocess some of the loot instead of selling it, and then I can get the minerals that I need in order to build like T1 drones, which I'll probably be using for a while, or drone damage amplifiers, afterburners, micro warp drives, stuff like that. So if I want to build stuff for my ships, just so that way I'm not having to pay for it and buy them, I may do that, because I know there's going to be losses. I know I'm going to lose drones, and right now T1 drones are pretty cheap. I'm just using hobgoblins right now, and so pretty cheap, and so it's easy to run a few anomalies or even a mission or two and have enough to buy 10 or 20 drones. That's not a problem. I think ship losses are going to hurt, though, when that happens, because a fully fitted ship sometimes is going to cost me $6 or $7 million, and in playing so far, it has been slow going, to say the least, in getting any sort of ISK accumulated and built up. And if you take a look at my kill board, you're going to notice that I had some issues, and one of the issues was I lost my Ishtar trying to run an abyssal. And don't ask, it was a big mistake. So I tried some different fits in abyssal space, and I'll be really honest, I like abyssal space, I do, and the ISK for time is really good, especially if you do it in a frigate. If you take a Tristan in there and you watch your drones, and you do, even though you have to burn 3 of the filaments, you get, you might pay, depending on which filament you run, you might pay, I don't know, 150,000 ISK for it, but you're going to make 2 to 3 million, sometimes 4 or 5 million per run. So that was a fast way to build up a little bit of ISK, which I liked. So I did mission running, and again, like I said, that's really slow going, and so I think I may focus mostly on abyssal running, but I'm having to take time to learn the abyssal filaments, what the effects are in each one. I discovered early that there is one of those freaking towers that will target your drones. It just starts spraying shit everywhere. and that really, really hurts T1 drones, especially when you don't have super, super high skills. So definitely need to invest some skill points in beefing up my drones, their armor and hit points, as well as getting some damage boosted up, because the faster I can run those, the better. But I think the Drone Enforcer, or the Enforcer Drone Commander Challenge, is going to be a good one for me. I really do. I mean, I feel pretty good about it right now. As with all things, when you start off, you get pretty excited about stuff. And, you know, I think this is going to be something that could be fun. But getting to 1 billion ISK doing this, yeah, I definitely think it's going to take a lot of time. What do you think? What do you think about the challenge I've created for myself? You can go out there and take a look. Like I said, I created a pretty cool logo for the Drone Commander for 2024. So feel free, if you want to follow along and give it a shot yourself and do the Enforcer Drone Commander Challenge yourself. Feel free to steal the graphics and the rules. And if you've got a blog out there, you want to slap them up there and say what you're doing and post your progress, I'd love to see it. So reach out to me, send me your site, and I'll take a look and follow along as well. And maybe we can share some tips and tricks that will help us hit that 1 billion mark faster. But for now, I think I'm going to round this episode out. And thank you all if you've made it this far. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. I know these episodes are a little bit short, but like I said, I'm spending a lot of time in game just currently planning and getting things going. So there's not a lot of stories to tell just yet. But I think now that I've got my challenge in front of me and my to-do list laid out, that the episodes will definitely get a little bit more meat on the bones as we go. So again, if you listen this far, I appreciate you. Be sure to like, share, hit that subscribe button so that way you don't miss any future episodes, and you can stay up to date with all of the adventures and things that I am sure to come as I work my way towards 1 billion ISK. So with that, I'm going to thank you. I appreciate your time, and as always, keep flying. Serenity, take us out.
My pleasure, Captain.
Warp drive active.